Readers, welcome to your first lesson of Module 4 in Wit and Wisdom. We are so excited to begin this new learning with you. In our first lesson, we will be able to write 2 notices and 2 wonders about good enough to eat. We will be able to write a grocery shopping list, and we will be able to determine or tell the meaning of digestive system. We are going to start our module by looking at all of the texts that we are going to explore, and we call this a gallery walk. What I would like you to do is look closely at the covers of the texts that we're going to explore. And I want you to think, what do you notice about them? Do you see any similarities or any differences? Take a few more seconds. I noticed that these first 2 texts seem to have the same title. This one says the digestive system, and the second one says the digestive system. I also noticed that a couple of our texts seem to do with food or eating. This one has the word eat in it. This one has the word eat in it. And this one down here mentions soup. So I'm thinking that this module is going to have a lot to do with eating food. Do you agree? Yes or no? Let's go ahead and take a look at our big questions so that we can find out more about this module. Our module questions are made up of a few different types of questions. We have our essential question, which is the question we always start with. And remember, that's the big question that takes us all module to answer. So this will guide our learning throughout the module. Let's read the essential question together. Essential question: how can food nourish us? Our focusing question, which is the second question, takes a few lessons to answer, and it usually guides what we end up writing about. So our focusing question, let's read together, says, how can food nourish my body? Our content framing question is the new question that we answer each lesson. So remember, this one will change each lesson. Let's read it together. What do I notice and wonder about good enough to eat? We're very familiar with noticing and wondering, and we're also familiar with when words are underlined. That usually means it's the title of a text. So if you remember from our gallery walk, one of the stories was called Good Enough to Eat. That's what we will start with today. Now, when you look at these questions, you'll see that food comes up a couple of times. So food is going to be an important part of this module. You'll also see the word nourish come up. That's probably a new and tricky word for you. So nourish, according to our module, means to provide food needed to live, grow, and stay healthy. So when it says, how can food nourish my body? How does food help us live, grow, and stay healthy? And that is going to be the focus of our module. We are going to learn in the module that food actually does more than keep us alive. It actually helps us grow in many different ways. So our story today is called Good Enough to Eat, a kid's guide to food and nutrition, and the author is Lizzie Rockwell. Just looking at the cover, I see a child or a kid, and it looks like he has some food on his fork. Looks like maybe there's milk in his cup, and then I'm looking at all of the different foods that are on his plate. My guess is that this is going to help you as kids figure out what foods you should be eating. So part of having food and eating is being able to get access to that food. And what I mean by that is going shopping for food. If you remember our I can today, it was saying that I can write a grocery shopping list. So throughout this lesson, I want you to be thinking about what it means to go to a grocery store or a place where you can go buy food and make a list of the foods that you would need. So I want you to think, have you ever gone grocery shopping with someone before? I'm guessing most of you are raising your hand or saying, yeah, duh, Miss L, of course I've done that. We have to go get food. And that's true. Most of us have gone to a grocery store, a convenience store, a gas station, even like a Target or a Walmart, and we have been with families when they're purchasing food. It's a really important task, and we're going to learn more about how we can make those choices when we're choosing foods that we bring into our homes to eat. So, you are going to listen to the first module text, Good Enough to Eat. And of course, as good readers, one of the things that we start out by doing is notice and wonder. Notice means we're going to look or observe, and wonder means we're going to think and ask questions. Your job today, as you listen to the story, you'll just press this little play button and it'll play the story right here. Your job is to write down 2 things that you notice and 2 things that you wonder. In your assignment, you will find a page that looks just like this. You'll be able to hit play and play the story, and there will be a box for you to type in your notices and wonders. Okay? Sometimes what I think is a good idea is pausing. So you click the pause button, and you can then type something down here or here, and then you can hit play to keep going instead of listening to the whole thing and then trying to remember 2 things at the end. So when you're done listening to the story, you're then going to move on to your next task. So you can see here, the first thing you must do, listen to the read aloud, Good Enough to Eat. And you're going to write down your notices and wonders. The next part says, create a grocery shopping list. And I'm going to show you what that slide is going to look like in just a moment. The last one says, watch the YouTube video and answer, what is the digestive system? And then at the end, there's something called a can do. It says view module artwork. So we are going to provide links for you to look at a few pieces of art that go along with this module. So if you'd like to look at them, you sure can. You don't have to. Things that you have to do are listed on this part of the slide, must do. Okay? So the next part of your work is the first task, which is the grocery shopping list. So after you've listened to the read aloud and you've put in your 2 notices and wonders, you're going to go to the next slide. And I have linked the story here again, just in case you want to refer back to it. But the task says, after listening to the read aloud, Good Enough to Eat, create a grocery shopping list with at least 5 food items on it. Where this little notepad is going to be a notepad for you, and you can click in the box, and it's numbered 1 through 5, and you can go ahead and type in your grocery shopping list. So think of 5 things that you would go to the grocery store and purchase. So for example, when I make a list before I go, the first thing I always put on my list is bananas, because I always know that in a week I'm going to go through a few bananas, so I run out of them. So that's something that always goes on my list. If listening to the story helps you come up with ideas, you can certainly listen to parts of it again. Or if you already know what you would put on your list, you can just go ahead and type it into that box. Your second task for this lesson is to learn about the digestive system. So 2 of the texts that we are going to be exploring are called the digestive system. And I'm guessing you don't maybe know what that means yet, and that's okay. The digestive system can be explained to you a little bit by watching this video. Okay, it's a short YouTube video, and you can answer the question at the end, what is the digestive system? So again, listen to the video, it's very short, and see if you can pick up on what it's telling you about what the digestive system is. Yep. My slides aren't moving anymore. Hold on. Sometimes technical difficulties. Okay, so I'm going to show you what your work is going to look like. So in your assignment, you will see this must-do page. So it tells you the materials that you'll need, the PowerPoint, which is this slide here, the read aloud, good enough to eat, which will be linked in these slides, and then the digestive system video, which is also linked in the slides. Your must-do tasks are listed here. Okay, so you're going to listen to the read aloud, good enough to eat. You're going to write your notices and wonders. The next one is create that grocery shopping list. And then finally, watch that YouTube video and answer the question, what is the digestive system? This can do for view module artwork. It says click on the links below to view the artwork. So one is called cakes. You can click on that. One is called 2 cheeseburgers. And one is called the bean eater. So if you'd like to explore the artwork for this module, just click those links. On the first page, it says good enough to eat, and it says notice and wonder, and you'll see here, you need to type here, and you need to type here. So you'll just click on that box, and you'll be able to put your own typing of your notices and wonders into these boxes. To play the video, just click the play button, and it will go. That next task is creating the grocery shopping list. So after listening to the story, you're going to type your grocery list here. So you can go into one and you can start typing. Okay. And then the last part is learning about the digestive system. So watching this YouTube video that's linked here, and then you can click in the white box where the red writing is, and you can just erase it and start typing in your own answer. Okay. So let me get that back to normal for you guys. Perfect. So second grade, that is basically the first thing that you're going to do with this lesson. So watch the videos, do your notice and wonders, create your grocery shopping list, and then watch the video about the digestive system. Once you're all finished, do make sure that you hit submit so that your answers are recorded and sent to your teachers. We are all super excited to continue this learning about food and how it nourishes our body. We all miss you so much, and we can't wait to do this learning with you. Talk soon. Goodbye.